everybody. Welcome to Rice Stadium in Houston. Texas Tech and Rice, both teams trying to get on track. There you see a lot of empty seats. Most of the fans, what were there, were Texas Tech fans. Rice won the toss. They deferred. Tech receives the opening kickoff. Mookie Mitchell downs it in the end zone, and we pick up action 3rd and 12 from the Tech 18. Jason Clemens at quarterback. He wants to throw out in the left flat to Bruce Hill, but he's going to be knocked down for a gain of 4, and that brings on a punting situation. Robert King, who has had a great season, gets the punt blocked as several Rice men came through. Izzo got the block, and Rice got the ball at the 1-yard line, and guess what? The nation's 6th leading carrier in the nation, Trevor Cobb, came up with the 1-yard touchdown. Quite a drive, huh? Extra point was good, and 13:53 left in the first quarter, and Rice is at it again. Richardson kicks off. Mitchell at the 5. He returns over the 20, pull down at the 23. 1st and 10 from the 23. Clemens wants to throw, rolls left. Lloyd Hill. Lloyd had 6 catches on the day for 111 yards. 2nd and 1 from the 32. Bruce Hill up the middle, up to the 38. He gained 6. 2 plays later, 2nd and 11 from the 37. Clemens again, left side, throws. Lloyd Hill catches, and he's going to gain 29 yards to the Rice 34. 3 plays later, let's go to 3rd and 3 from the 27. Bam Morris left in at the 25. Hit. Says he thought he was down. The referees say no, it came free, and Wheeler recovers for the Owls, so that drive dies. Let's pick up action later in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for Texas Tech at the Tech 20. Clasco Freeman from Fort Worth, the true freshman, gains 1 out to the 21. 2nd and 9 from the 21. Clemens rolling right, looking to throw. Throws back, and there's Mookie Mitchell. He gains 13 and a first down. Jackson with a tackle at the 34. 3 plays later, 3rd and 9 from the 35. Clemens wants to throw, intended for Lloyd Hill. Ball was incomplete. Again, that brings on Robert King. Good blocking, good snap. Punt goes straight up in the air and straight down when all is said and done. 27-yard punt. The Owls take over, 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. 5 minutes, 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Trevor Cobb gets the call. He would have 161 yards on the day. He gets 14 of them right there before he's knocked out by Donnie Brooks. 2 plays later, 2nd and 4 from the 42. Cobb at left guard. He's up to the 37-yard line, 5 yards on that game. 3 plays later, 3rd and 2 from the 29. Cobb again at left guard. Tracy Saul leads the charge to knock him down. He picks up 10 and a first. 3 plays later, 3rd and 4. Cobb at right end. Chris Kinney and Tracy Saul finally run him out of bounds after a gain of 9. 1st and goal from the 4. Cobb at left guard. Mike Liscio knocks him down for a loss of 3. That's the end of the first quarter. Rice 7, Texas Tech nothing. In the second quarter, the Owls are stopped. They try for the field goal. Richardson, good. Rice 10, Texas Tech nothing. Richardson then on the kickoff. Mitchell has it at the 2. He's across the 15, the 20, 25. He's up along the sideline. Finally knocked out of bounds after a good return there. 1st and 10 from the 41. Clasco Freeman up the middle. He gains 9 before he's knocked down by Williams. 2nd and 1 from the 50. Freeman sweeps right in on the quick pitch. He's knocked down, loss of 1, back to the 49. 3rd and 2 from the 49. Clemens, Matt Sign, big rush right there. Ball is picked off right there by the Owls. Washington has it. He is inside the 20, the 10, the 5, and oh baby, they open the floodgates. 14:03 left in the half. The Owls shockingly up 17-0. Move to further action now in the second quarter. Rice with the football. Cobb at right end. Sean Banks knocks him down, loss of 3. Let's move to 3rd and 5 from the 25. Bert Emanuel throws. Torres catches. He gains 12 before he is knocked down by Zach Thomas and Chris Kinney. 3 plays later in the drive, 3rd and 8. Emanuel wants to throw. Now he runs from the shotgun, scrambles, finally knocked down by Quincy White. He gains 2. That brings on a 4th and 6 from the Rice 41. Richardson to punt. Tracy Saul back, and he catches it at the 20, 39-yard punt. Texas Tech with the football. 1st and 10 from the 20. Clemens rolls right. Finds Lloyd Hill along the sidelines. Good for a gain of 13. 2 plays later, 2nd and 6. Clemens again throws right. Bruce Hill this time. He has it. Good for a gain up to the 42-yard line. 3 plays later, 2nd and 7. Clemens, swing pass. Morris has it. Left side. Breaks 1 tackle. Bennett and Washington finally drag him down. He gains 11. 1st and 10 now from the Rice 42-yard line. The Bammer up the middle to the 42-yard line. No gain. 3 plays later, the drive stalls. King once again comes in high and deep and sails, hits into the end zone, 42-yard punt. Tech unable to knock it down at the 1. 1st and 10 Rice, ball at the 20. Emmanuel, shovel pass to Lee. Lee finally breaks it. He's the 25 to 30, 35 out across the 40. He's at midfield, looks like he may go all the way. Finally tripped up by Ben Kirkpatrick. 3 plays later, 3rd and 6 from the 30. Emmanuel, pitch pass left to Howard. He gains 9 yards before he is knocked down over there by Chris Kenny. 1st and 10 from the 21. Trevor Call gets the Cobb up the middle. He goes to the 17, gain of 4. Licio and Beavers on the tackle. Drive stalls, 4 plays later. Richardson in, 34-yard field goal is up and good. Rice 20, Texas Tech nothing. After the kickoff on the next possession, Clemens, slip screen to Marshall. He gains 15 before he's knocked down by Jackson. 1st and 10 from the 42. Clemens again wants to throw, looking for Lloyd Hill. Throws. Ball is intercepted again by Waldron at the Rice 44. Nothing going right for Texas Tech. 1st and 10 from the 44. Emmanuel looks right to Lee. He gains 23-yard line, spins and slips and goes all the way down to the 33. 1st and 10. Emmanuel fumbles the snap. He's going to be knocked down by Mike Licio. Loss of 7 on the play. 3 plays later, the Raiders have held it as 4th and 1 at the 24. Cobb at left tackle. He gains nothing. Texas Tech takes over. 1st and 10. Time running down. Clemens wants to throw. He's in trouble. Matt Sign knocks him down. Loss of 7. 4 plays later, Robert King has to come in once again. Puts the toe to it. Going to be a 46-yard punt down to the 36. But at the halftime, shockingly, Rice 20, Tech nothing. Let's look at the halftime stats. Tech trying to dig their way out of a deep hole. Let's start it off. Rice receives the kickoff. This is 2nd and 7 from the 23. Emmanuel throws right to Howard. He's out across the 30 to 35. Tracy Saul knocks him out after a gain of 17. 1st and 10 from the 40. Cobb up the middle, and he gains 13. As we told, he had 161 yards rushing on the day. 2 plays later, 2nd and 7 from the 44. Emmanuel scrambles right. He's only going to gain 1. Mike Licio knocks him out of bounds. 3rd and 6. Cobb at left end. He also only gets 1. Good defense there by Sean Banks. That brings up a 4th and 5 from the 41. Richardson in to punt. He kicks it, and look at this. This is the way it goes for Texas Tech. Ball down by Hooks at the 1-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 1. The Bammer at right tackle. He gains 5 out to the 6. 2nd and 5 from the Tech 6. Morris again gets the call. He gains 6. 1st down out to the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 21. Bruce Hill at left guard. He gains 5 out to the 17. Important 17 steps there as they got them room to punt. As the drive stalls, Robert King comes in. 57-yard punt. Allen at the 27. He's in trouble and knocked down finally by Quincy White. He fumbles, and Texas Tech recovers the football. Maybe a little momentum here. 1st and 10 at the 32. Clemens fakes, throws left. Mitchell has it. He gains 13 before he's ridden out of bounds by Hogan. 3 plays later, 3rd and 1. Morris at right guard. He gains 2 and a first down. 2 plays later, 2nd and goal from the Rice 7. Clemens under pressure. Throws for Lloyd Hill. Ball is finally knocked down. Luckily, it was not intercepted. 2 plays later, that brings on John Davis. Field goal is good. Texas Tech is on the scoreboard. 7:59 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Let's go to later action now in the 3rd quarter. This is Texas Tech, 2nd and 7 from the 33. Clemens throws right side to Lloyd Hill. He gains 15 before he's knocked out at the 48. Again, we'll tell you that Lloyd had 111 yards on 6 catches on the day. On the next play, little slip screen again to Mookie Mitchell. He's in trouble, going to be knocked down there for a short loss of, matter of fact, he lost 1. Move to 3rd and 25. Clemens is sacked by Matt Sign. They said Sign was too small to play in the Southwest Conference. Well, not on this day. Robert King again, 51-yard punt. Allen has the ball at the 31, and he's up the sidelines. Finally going to be pulled down at the 40 by Kirby Adams. Let's go to 2nd and 10 from the 39. Emmanuel going to be knocked down right there by Mike Licio, loss of 9. Big Mike playing his final season at Texas Tech. Emmanuel, shotgun, passes to Lee. He gains 16 before he is finally herded down by Tracy Saul, among others in the defensive backfield. Option play, not exactly like you draw it up on the board. Rice short of the first down, so Texas Tech takes over. Let's go to 2nd and 10 from the 32. Bruce Hill with a little slip pass. He's going to gain 9. Make it 3rd and 1. The Bammer gets the call. He goes right, breaks a couple of tackles, still going and gains 14. 1st and 10 at the Rice 45. Bammer again gets the call. Thought he might be tripped up, but he's still going. He gains another 16. Let's go 2 plays later. 2nd and 10 from the 29. Morris at right end again. He's going to gain 11 before he's tripped up down there. That's how the 3rd quarter ended. Rice 20, Texas Tech 3, but certainly some good things. As a matter of fact, for the day, Texas Tech would outgain Rice offensively. Let's go to 1st and 10 from the 18. Bruce Hill gains 3 over the left side. 2 plays later, 3rd and 6 from the Rice 14-yard line. Jason Clemens will want to throw. Looking, finally dumps it off to Bam Morris. The Bammer's going to gain 4, going to be knocked down at the 10-yard line. Tech needing touchdowns, not field goals. 4th and 2, Clemens passes for Bruce Hill. Ball is incomplete. So the Owls take over. 1st and 10 from the 11. Cobb gets the call at right end. He's only going to gain 2, though, as Quincy White rides him out of bounds. 2nd and 8 from the 13. Emmanuel, quarterback draw. He's going to be knocked down over there by Chris Kinney. That for a loss of 1. 2 plays later, that brought on Richardson for another Owl punt. Texas Tech still with the momentum here in the 2nd half. Punt is going to be caught by Bart Thomas, and he kills the ball at the midfield stripe. 1st and 10. Clemens screen pass to Donald Marshall. He gains 5 to the Owl 45. Let's go to 3rd and 1 now. 2 plays later from the 41. Classical Freeman at left guard. He has nothing there. Stopped at the 41. 4th and 1. Freeman again needing 1-yard line, and he doesn't get it. Matt Sign, after the measurement, stopped the Raiders short. 1st and 10 for the Owls. Emmanuel passing to the left flat to Lee, and he gains 20. 2 plays later, 2nd and 10 from the 40. Cobb at right end. Look at this. Reverses his field. He's going to gain 8 before he's finally chased out of bounds by most of the Raider defense. 3rd and 2 at the 32. Emmanuel, right side to Belady. He gains 16 down to the 16 before Chris Kinney corrals him there. 2 plays later, 2nd and 9. Emmanuel wants to throw. Wide open is Howard. Touchdown. 15-yard pass. 60-yard drive, and that was a big nail in that Raider coffin. 27-3, 7 minutes, 42 seconds left in the ball game. Let's go to 2nd and 10. Clemens throws out to Mitchell. He gains 5 out to the 43 with some good second effort. 4th and 2 at the 43. Tech obviously has to go for it. Jason Clemens to Don Hasley, and he gains a first down and 9 yards up to the 48. 4 plays later. Let's go to 3rd and 20. Clemens has to scramble, looking for Donald Marshall, finds him. Donald tries to make some moves, and he gains 8. That sets up a 4th and 12 at the 50. Clemens wants to throw, looking down that left sideline. There's Donald Marshall, but it's over his head. Picked off. The Owls and Washington are going to go in again. Rice, shockingly, 34. Texas Tech 3. The Red Raider Railroad is definitely off the track. Let's go to the locker room for some answers.
One of those things that you look at the statistics sheet and you say, well, that's a close game. And it was really never a close game. They had a 1-yard drive for a touchdown after the block punt early in the game. They had a interception return for a touchdown, and then they drove down and kicked a field goal. We had some outstanding defensive plays in the football game. We had some outstanding offensive drives. We could never sustain anything, though. Every time we got going, we seemed to, something happened. We were short. We were 2 or 3 inches short on one 4th down play. We went for another 4th down. We did a lot of things to try to get back in the ball game. And when you're desperately behind and you're trying to win a game, well, you roll the dice a little bit. And when you do, usually the odds come out against you. And that's what happened to us today. It was, if you're not careful, you fail to give Rice credit. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to make it sound like that it was all us not playing good, because Rice played extremely well. I tell you, they've got a good football team right now. They have really they use their open date very wisely. They were rested. They were live-legged. They ran good. Trevor Cobb is a great running back. I really got great admiration for him. Bert Emanuel is a dimension to their offense that makes it hard on you. There's not much question about that, and it's just it's a tough deal when something like that happens, and they get to snowballing on you, and before long you're out of the ball game. We had a chance to get back in the ball game in the 3rd quarter. We had a very, very untimely holding penalty, and anytime we got a chance to get back in the game, something like that happened, and that's part of the game.
Momentum played a big factor in this game. They had it most of the game, and I thought we were going to take it back, and we had that punt return they fumbled, and it didn't.
As a senior on this ball club, what do you do the last 2 ball games? Obviously a downtime right now, but 2 tough games coming up.
Went out. I mean, you gotta let the guys understand. You don't want to. It's better to have 5 wins than 3.
How did you feel like the defense played overall today? Obviously the 155 yards rushing, but overall not really giving up the big play for touchdowns. They scored 2 touchdowns against the offense, but overall you guys did a pretty good job.
Yeah, we did a good job. It's just we didn't do good enough. I mean, we should have made some better opportunities for the offense, and it's a team effort. Everybody's out there together. 66 guys. It's got to be a team effort.
I think it's pretty simple. I mean, Rice did everything they had to do to win on the defense, and when you can't run the football, I think that takes a lot out of us. And we did something last week that hadn't been done, and that was not allow a sack. And then today it seemed like they just brought everybody, and we couldn't block anybody. And I think the offensive line can take a blame for a lot of what happened today. I know we got in a situation where we had to throw the football a lot, and we had to be ready for that, but we still let them get to Jason, and he took a beating today. But we just kind of regroup and see what we can do next week. I know TCU won today, we got to get after it Monday and get this thing back on track, and we'll be okay.
We've got 2 more ball games left, and 2 more games that we can go out and win, and we just got to all pull together and have a team effort and go out and win those games.
Trevor Cobb, obviously a great running back. First half he had his own way pretty well, but second half we shut him down pretty good. What did you do differently?
We just changed up a few of our defensive fronts, some alignments. We played different techniques, and it seemed to work for us, so we stayed with that.
Talk about the momentum factor in the ball game. Obviously, the first time the defense even sets foot on the field this afternoon, Rice is at the 1-yard line after the block punt. How does that make you feel? And then to get in a hole like that, you got to feel like your back's against the wall.
Yeah, that was a big break for them right there at the first of the game, and all they had to go was 1 yard to put the first touchdown on the board. But, we talked about that on the sidelines. Anybody can go 1 yard on you. I don't care who you're playing, and we talked about that, and we just said we're going to have to come out and play the whole game.
Seemed like in the third quarter, down 20-0, defense comes out and they shut Rice down to begin the quarter. Then you kept giving the offense a chance every now and then to make a run at them, but just never could get it done.
Yeah, we would play good at times, and then they'd bust a big play on us. Seems like that's been happening to us all year. I think the main thing we need to do defensively is make teams earn what they get and not give them big plays like we did today.
We came out in the first half, and we had some turnovers. I turned over a ball, and I thought I was down, but they called it a fumble, and they went in and scored on that. And then we come back. We just couldn't get things together today. First half, we messed up, busted assignments on everybody, messed up as a team. We come out second half, we just couldn't get it to go. And I don't know what to say.
Well, yet you moved the football pretty well in that third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, you start running into situations where every time you look up, it's fourth down, and you're being forced to make a play on fourth down. Moved the football better in the second half, but just couldn't get points on the board.
No, we couldn't score. We get it down, and something would happen. Somebody jump offside, and they'll call it holding or something, and they'll always bring it back, and we just couldn't get it going today.
They made a lot of big plays, had, some interception returns, blocked a punt, had a big punt return, and, that put us in a hole all day long. But, we felt like we played pretty well, most of the day. But, the blame for this loss goes to the whole team. It's not any one person or any side of the ball. It's both sides of the ball.
You guys start doing a pretty good job of keeping Trevor Cobb in check, and Bert Emanuel never really hurt you with any kind of big run, but he manages to hit some passes and throw the ball maybe a little bit better than he has in the past.
Yeah, he did throw the ball real well today. We were really expecting to, have to stop Cobb and have to stop Emanuel running the ball with the quarterback draws, and, then they came out and threw the ball a little bit on us, and, he hurt us with the pass. So.
Obviously, being the most recent game you played, you would probably classify this one as the most disappointing. This one certainly has to hurt a bunch of guys who are playing for the final few times as Red Raiders.
Yeah, it does hurt. I know for the seniors, we got 2 ball games left now, and, we don't want to end it up this way. And, it hurts the whole team. We still had a shot at I think maybe the Independence Bowl if we had won, but, I think this pretty much ends all that for us.
It was just, things were bad today, and they did get ahead of us, and we never did really get worried. We just never did make anything happen to come back on them, and defense, they bear down, and you give them so many opportunities, and they'll beat you, and today that's what happened.
Obviously, at a focal position of quarterback, you're involved in a lot of things that go on. You throw the ball for almost 300 yards today, but they do pick off a couple of passes. Kind of assess what went on in the quarterback position.
Well, I didn't play very well. They didn't really give us anything that we hadn't worked on, that we didn't know they were going to run. And I saw all the coverages. They didn't blitz because they didn't have to. And so it was pretty easy to see. And just, I made some bad reads and threw it in some bad spots, and it got, I paid for it.
It looked like you were trying to take advantage of their pursuit in some areas and try to catch them with guys on quick screens or whatever, cutting back across the field, but the Raiders could never just bust that big play.
It just didn't happen today. I think, that we kept running that screen, and it was right there. It just, a few inches here or there either way, and it might have broke, but things just didn't work.
Looked like in the third quarter, you punt the football, they fumble, Raiders recover, you move down, and you get a field goal. And it looked like the Raider offense was going to come to life, and it just never really got going.
It just never did. It was a big play, and it was a big momentum shifter, and it got down to it, and we came up with 3 points, and we really needed a touchdown right there, and just things weren't working.
It's extremely hard because those guys. Their confidence is shattered. They're down, but that's what athletics is all about. That's one of the great lessons that we learn. You never give up. You never quit fighting. You never quit trying to attain excellence. It doesn't make a difference how tough it gets. You always have each other, and that's what it's good about that's what's really great about athletics. Really, the things that matter are those team members and those coaches and that family that goes out there, and we'll be all right. We'll just have to circle the wagons up a little bit tighter, and we'll have to come out smoking Saturday. We play a TCU team that really hadn't done much, and they upset the 15th or 16th ranked team in the nation today in Texas, and so they'll be in orbit when we play them next Saturday in Fort Worth, and rightfully so. That's a great victory for them. We'll have to play extremely well. I don't think we'll take any backward steps. I don't think that we'll do anything but cinch it up another notch and go on down the road. The worst thing you can do is just go in the tank and get your head down and stay down and start blaming somebody for something. You know, there were many opportunities out there. That game lasted for a long time, and there's a lot of people that gave a lot in that football game. A lot of people played good in that football game, and it's like you said in the beginning. We started off very untimely. We started off with our back to the wall, and we could never make the plays with the consistency that you have to in order to get back in the ball game. So when that happens, you lose, and so we'll. Like I said, it was a very, very tough loss. Just hate it because of the fact that we've played good. We've had some great games and this year, and this certainly was probably the low ebb of the whole year. And I hope it's something that we'll shake next week and come back and really finish up the season in grand style.